coming up on the Zoom, we have a caller, and if I'm not mistaken, it is Hollywood Reg. How are you, Hollywood, from Birmingham, Alabama? How are you this week, Reg?
I'm good, Scotty. How about you guys? Corey?
Good.
How did you see the game? I'm assuming you did. You're still up.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, we saw it. So it was a good game. You know what? It seems like they're going to all be high-scoring games. Who gets the ball last?
Sure.
Going to be the team that's going to win. I haven't seen anybody stop them yet, and I haven't seen them stop anybody really. I mean, outside of teams like Indianapolis or some of the better teams. It's exciting football. It's exciting brand. You get used to Dan Campbell in the fourth down and his fourth down plays. So, he tends to make most of them. So you kind of just roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there was a couple of them. I was talking to Jared while we were in here watching the game, and I said, when he was going when they scored on the fourth and goal on fourth down, I was like, just get the 3 points, but it ended up working for him.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I sent you guys a text last week. I think I sent it to Corey, talking about defense and offense. And the bottom line always is in sports, particularly in football, is offense sells tickets, defense wins the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw that tonight, the 2 picks that caused them to really win the game.
Yeah.
Well, listen, do you think the Lions, if they don't get the number 1 seed, do you think the 5th seed wouldn't be that bad of a deal for them if they had to go into the playoffs as the 5th seed?
I'd rather see them go in as the number 1 seed because
Sure.
they get a rest. They had, when was their bye week? Back like week 3, 4, something like that.
Yeah.
They had early, so they've been playing straight through. I'd rather see them get the number 1 seed. If they got the 5th seed, I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but it's always best to have the number 1 seed at home throughout the entire playoffs. That's what you want. That's what you want.
Well,
And
Kyle from Westland chimed in on the Roar chat. He says, great show, guys. Lions
Thanks.
need home field, but a punched-in-the-mouth Lions team, if they don't, could be very interesting. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to see them have home field all the way through the playoffs, but, the Vikings have been playing pretty good football.
They have.
Now, was it surprising to you that the Packers kind of made their way back into that game?
No. The Packers are a good football team. They are a good football team. Again, it's that North, those 3 teams, they're very good football teams. I'm not surprised how Minnesota's been playing either. They have really excelled. And people have kind of forgotten and not talking about them a lot, But, hey, we'll see. I mean, like you said, Reg said the 5th seed, but what he did also, the home field advantage is always a good thing to have. And they will get rest. That's the key. They need some rest. That's why I was alluding to, I wouldn't have played. This is just me. I wouldn't have played everybody, this game meant nothing. The game that matters is next week. I wouldn't have played anybody. I wouldn't have took the chance of, you got Gibbs out there running like he's running. I wouldn't have took a chance on that, but I'm not the coach. So that resting up and that home field advantage, it will play a big part into their success, I think. But again, with that being said, these are the Lions. They've outshined and they look better than anybody. Like I said, they're going to score. They're going to go into that game, go into playing the Lions, be prepared for them to score at least 35 points, at least at the low end. So, you know what I mean? At the low end. It's just a matter of who are they going to stop.
I thought Jefferson ran pretty good tonight. And even though Montgomery is going to probably be back for the playoffs, they haven't missed a beat, Reg. Jamison Williams played spectacular tonight, along with Gibbs. Those guys really did the job. And even Laporta. It's nice to see Laporta getting in on the action.
Well, compared to early in the season, and the maturation of Jamison Williams, the Lions offense is almost unstoppable. I don't see anybody out there able to start. They got too many weapons. You got the outside receivers, you got the tight end, and you got Jahmyr Gibbs. And when Montgomery is back, now you got a two-headed monster. I remember when, who was it? Was it the Cleveland Browns had a two-headed monster, Ernest Biner, and I forget the other back's name, and nobody could stop him. Mm-hmm. So, and Goff is playing Pro Bowl caliber. So the Lions is a full package. Yeah. And the defense is playing within themselves, and they're making the play when they need to make the play.
Well, Reg, the Roar question of the week. What position on the Detroit Lions has produced more Pro Bowlers? Is it A, defensive backs, B, running backs, C, linebackers, or D, offensive tackles? What is your answer?
Wow,
you've done fairly well on these questions, Reg.
Yeah. On this one, they've had I kind of like the offensive line, offensive tackles. Wasn't Lomas Brown an offensive tackle? What was he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think so.
He was either a guard or a tackle. I think he was
a
a tackle.
I think it was a tackle.
When you get the running backs, you've had Barry, Billy, and the question's not how many times they were Pro Bowlers, it's how many of them.
Right.
So you have Billy, Barry, and then maybe Mel Farr. So I don't know if they've had a number of running back Pro Bowlers. I'm going to say offensive tackles.
Okay.
I think going back to the 50s, and I'm kind of thinking offensive tackle.
Okay. Do you have a prediction next week?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be the Lions.
Okay.
You know what? Quarterback from Minnesota. I just realized he's on a 1-year contract. So he's playing for his future. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm thinking that's adding a lot to his game and to his ability to do what he's doing. He's got a good cast around him and everything, but I don't think they're going to be able to handle Detroit.
Well, Reg, of course, it's always the pleasure to have you on the show. And we look forward to talking to you next week.
We will see next week.
Yes, we will. It's all on the line then.
It's all on the line.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if they win, a lot of people are going to give it to Corey. I can feel it.
If they win what?
If
Minnesota?
they win the division and they get that number 1 seed, I think people are going to be calling in. Giving it to you, man.
For what? They still haven't won nothing.
Well, it's baby steps. Baby steps.
He hasn't downed him. He's been really supportive of him.
Hey, listen, I just think it's, like I said, I think it's the defense. And Darno's been lights out. Darno is throwing elite footballs.
He
me personally, I think Minnesota comes in and beats them, to be honest with you. That's just my thinking.
Yeah, we're going to see.
It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's not going to be easy at all.
No, it's going to be
easy at all.
As the ball lands.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be, like it always is with the Lions.
Thanks, Reg, for calling in tonight, and we hope to talk to you next week after a Lions victory.
Thanks for having me on, and we'll be ready to celebrate.
All right, sounds good, Reg.